Good evening once more, and thank you for your company as we bring you news that made headlines today. My name is Melissa Oduor. Boniface Moredi is helping me with the sign language tonight. News Watch begins now. Our Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has made history as the first Deputy President to be impeached. The National Assembly voted to impeach him on Tuesday night following a motion brought forth by Kibwezi West MP Mwengi Mutuse, which outlined 11 charges against Gachagua. The charges include gross violation of the Constitution, undermining the President, prompting ethnicity, irregular acquisition of wealth, and insubordination, among others. Our reporter Dolly Mirigi begins her bulletin tonight.
The ayes, 281.
A total of 281 members of parliament supported the impeachment motion, surpassing the required threshold of 233 MPs. Only 44 members of parliament voted against the motion and 1 member of parliament abstained from voting.
Weight against the attached evidence. Weight against my defense and the attachments and the videos that I've played in his house.
The embattled Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua had earlier been given an opportunity to defend himself against the accusations. He expressed faith in the lawmakers, urging them to reflect carefully and make the right decision.
I want to appeal to this Honorable House to consider the allegations against me by the mover of the motion, weight against the attached evidence, weight against my defense and the attachments and the videos that I've played in his house. And exercise your mind and exercise your discretion. Search your conscience and decide if Rigathi Gachagua is guilty of any of those allegations or is undergoing a political process.
The Senate will now take up the matter and has scheduled the impeachment trial of on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Senate Speaker Absa Bank gave the directions on Wednesday after a procedural motion proposing a special committee to handle the matter flopped for lack of the seconder.
Honourable Senators, in line with the schedule of activities for an impeachment hearing and plenary, I hereby give the following directions. A. The clerk to issue invitations to appear to the Deputy President today, Wednesday, the 9th of October, 2024. B. The clerk to issue invitations to appear to the National Assembly today, Wednesday, the 9th of October, 2024. The parties to file their responses with the Office of the Clerk of the Senate by Monday, the 14th of October, 2024, by 5 p.m. D. The clerk to circulate documents received from the parties, including the plenary hearing program, to all honourable senators upon receipt on Monday, 14th of October 2024. And the Senate shall then investigate the matter in plenary on Wednesday, the 16th, and Thursday, the 17th of October 2024. The Senate is accordingly guided.
The move of the motion and other members from the National Assembly may also be summoned to provide evidence during the Senate trial. Should at least 2/3 of the Senate members vote in favor of any of the charges, which will be read one by word, Gachagua will be removed from the office, effectively ending his tenure as Deputy President. Such a decision would also mean that Gachagua would be barred from holding any future public office under the Ethics and Integrity Act unless the Court of Law overturns the decision.
Order, members, order. The House is still...
The Speaker of the Senate would then notify the National Assembly of the outcome.
All is well that ends well. You have been very orderly, and I must salute you.
Dolly Mirigi for Hope TV.
Our Senate Speaker Emerson Kingi has meanwhile imposed travel restrictions on all the 67 senators and staff, barring them from leaving the country until the conclusion of the impeachment hearings for Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and Kericho Governor Eric Mutai. The Speaker's direction follows a motion by Majority Leader Aaron Cheriot to hold sittings on Monday, to alter the hours of meetings on Tuesday next week, to investigate the impeachment of the Kericho governor. Kingi, in his direction, cited the importance of the upcoming impeachment proceedings and also directed the House committees to put on hold activities outside Nairobi until the 19th of this month. Gachagwa's impeachment trial proceeds to the Senate on the 16th and 17th of this month, following Tuesday night's resolution by the National Assembly to impeach him.
I beg to move the motion, which is for the Senate to hold sittings on Monday, the 14th of October 2024, and to alter the the hours of meeting on Tuesday, 15th of October 2024. That notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made pursuant to Standing Order number 32 of October of February, Order number 32 on 15th of February 2024 and 26th of June 2024, 19th of August 2024 and 17th of September 2024, and the approval of the Senate calendar, regular sessions for the third session 2024. The Senate resolves 1, pursuant to Standing Order number 34-4C,
Majority Leader.
Thank you.
May the Majority Leader be heard in silence.
Pursuant to Standing Order number 34-4C, to hold its sittings on Monday, the 14th of October 2024, starting at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. until the conclusion of business listed in the order paper of the day. 2, pursuant to Standing Order number 34-4B, to hold a morning sitting on Tuesday, the 15th of October 2024, starting at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And 3, pursuant to Standing Order number 34-4A, extend its sitting time on Tuesday, 15th October 2024, afternoon sitting until the conclusion of the business listed in the order paper of the day.
To other matters now, the government has set aside 100 million shillings to be used in the evacuation of Kenyans stranded in Lebanon following escalating tensions in the Middle East. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has told the Senate that the government had already set up a coordinating committee in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to oversee the evacuation process. He, however, said only 1,500 Kenyans out of 26,000 residing in Lebanon have registered with the ministry through the Kenyan embassy based in Kuwait for their evacuation. Tensions have been experienced in the unstable Middle Eastern nation due to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora has been urging Kenyans in distress in Lebanon to register for evacuation. It has also urged Kenyans in tension-prone areas to move to designated safe zones if able.
As a measure, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, through our embassy in Kuwait, was sending out messages so that those who are in distress can register. Even before the war escalated, this was ongoing. And I think we had received almost about 1,500 or so who had registered with the embassy indicating that they may need support for evacuation. The others were quiet. And believe you me, Kenyans, senators, we also had a situation where the Kenyans there, out of their own volition, say they don't want to move. They want to hold out until the situation cools down. So we have that dilemma as well of Kenyans who hope for the best and do not want to move. And you cannot force them because we have to handle this in a humanitarian way. But the government of Kenya has set aside 100 million, and there's a committee in the Foreign Affairs working with the security and other agencies to see how this 100 million can be utilized to assist in the evacuation of Kenyans.
For the past 2 days, Sitam Valley Road has been the epicenter of a global Christian gathering, with the World Mission Conference 2024 taking place in Africa for the first time in history. The monumental event that comes to a close tomorrow brings together over 100 countries united by one mission, which is spreading the gospel to every corner of the earth. Our reporter Kennedy Kimani attended the event and filed this report.
For the first time in history, the World Missions Conference 2024 is taking place on African soil, with Sitam Valley Road being the host. The conference brings together missionaries, pastors and mission-minded individuals to focus on spreading the gospel to every corner of the world. The event is part of a larger global initiative by the World Assemblies of God Fellowship and Africa Pentecostal Mission to preach the gospel across nations.
For the longest time, Africa has been called the sleeping giant of missions, and when this giant will finally arise, we will see the lost, the last and the least finally reached for the gospel.
This year's theme, by all possible means, highlights the unity and empowerment needed to reach 3.4 billion people across the world who have not yet been introduced to the gospel.
Imekuwa ya baraka sana kwangu mkutano kwa sababu umenifungua akili na mawazo na moyo kwa upande wa umisheni na jinsi ya kufikia watu kwa ajili ya injili ya Kristo.
With Nairobi as the backdrop, the conference has also shone a light on Africa's increasing role in global missions. Delegates here agree that the continent is no longer just a mission field, but an emerging mission force. Key speakers have called on African churches to rise to the occasion, leading in efforts to reach unreached populations.
As I leave this conference, I'm going to identify some 10 young people that I'll work with and also empower them as I give them opportunity to serve in the kingdom.
As the World Missions Conference 2024 draws to a close tomorrow, the sense of urgency and unity among participants is palpable. With renewed energy and strengthened global partnerships, the mission to reach every corner of the earth continues.
And there is a small window, and that window is getting smaller and smaller. But church, body of Christ, Christian, hear this. The return of Jesus Christ is closer now than it has ever been before. It is time that this sleeping giant, the church in Africa, wakes up by all means possible. May we take the gospel out there to them, the lost, the last, and the least.
Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch, Nairobi.
Thank you, Kennedy, for that report. The Council of Governors Health Committee Chairperson Mudomi Njuki has cautioned health institutions at both the national and county levels against turning away patients due to system challenges, saying the issue, those not solved as at now, are being worked on. Njuki, who is the Tharaka Nithi governor, whose term at the helm of the health committee has just been renewed, in drumming up support for the Social Health Authority, SHA, says despite the challenges being witnessed, they are just teething problems associated with change and thus would be sorted in due course. According to Njuki, the new health plan would ensure all Kenyan citizens are registered and attended to, as opposed to the NHIF plan, which only captured about 25% of the population. So far, SHA has registered about 13 million Kenyans, with a push to increase the number soon.
Kwamba mtu akiingia saa hii na kwamba nataka mkuwe na imani kwamba bima ya SHA itakuja kukua bora zaidi, kwa sababu kila Mkenya atakuwa anapata huduma ya afya. Ile naomba saa hii, ili nisimalize wakati mwingi sana ya wageni wetu, imekuwa na tabia mahospitali zetu za serikali, hospitali zetu za binafsi, ambayo yote saa hii inatumia hiyo bima, kwamba mtu akiingia saa hii na kwamba hajamaliza kujiandikisha na ako mgonjwa zaidi, anatumwa nyumbani. Tumesema kama serikali hiyo ni hatia, hata kama system haifanyi kazi, kwa sababu system imetengenezwa kwa sababu ya mwananchi. Usiseme kwamba internet hakuna, hatukuoni kwa system, stima imepotea, hatukuoni kwa system, system imeleta shida kidogo, hatuwezi kutibu. Hauwezi fananisha ama lenganisha ugonjwa wa binadamu na maisha yake kwa systems.
And Absa Bank Kenya Foundation, AKF, has handed over textbooks and learning materials valued at about 600,000 shillings to Kisumu Day and Boarding High School, marking the first initiative to be implemented by the newly established social arm of Absa Bank Kenya. The school is one of the biggest secondary schools in Kisumu City. Speaking at the event, Absa Bank Kenya Managing Director and CEO Abdi Mohammed said the donation aligns with the foundation's education and skills strategic pillar and aims to enhance the learning experience of students and consequently improving their academic experience. Last week, Absa announced the launch of the AKF, which will focus on 4 key programmatic pillars, namely entrepreneurship, education and skills, natural resource management, and health and humanitarian relief. And to some regional news now, protests to urge the Ghana Chief Justice to expedite Supreme Court hearings in support of the anti-LGBTQ bill have rocked the capital, Accra. The law was adopted by Parliament on the 28th of February and is currently pending presidential assent. The proposed law, if enacted, would impose prison sentences ranging from 3 to 10 years on anyone identifying as a member of or supporting the LGBTQ community. Supporters of the law have accused the president of stalling the law and yielding to international pressure, fearing potential loss of funding. And at 20 minutes past 9, that's how we wrap up our News Watch bulletin tonight. Thank you for your invaluable company. My name is Melissa Oduor, together with Boniface Muredi on the sign language, on behalf of the technical crew and the support production crew that has been instrumental in bringing this news bulletin. Have a good night.